This has Prime Minister's Independence Day address laid the roadmap from Swaraj to Suraj. And we'll begin with India's neighbourhood policy first in that journey from Swaraj to Suraj. To discuss that, we are joined by Shekhar Iyer, political editor, Deccan Herald. A very happy Independence Day to you, Shekhar.
Same to you and same to our viewers.
Absolutely. Let's begin with the mention of Balochistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in PM's Independence Day speech. According to some accounts, this is the first time that these mentions have been found in any Indian Prime Minister's speech on this occasion. In the recent past, we saw the Prime Minister, while addressing the all-party meeting on Kashmir, talking about the need to highlight atrocities in these regions. Do you think that this will serve to highlight the double standards that Pakistan practices, and does it send out the message that Pakistan needs to mind its own business and look at its own backyard before giving sermons to India on Kashmir, an integral part of India?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, as you mentioned, this is perhaps in recent memory, any Indian Prime Minister has spoken from the Red Forts, speaking both about the Pak-occupied Kashmir as well as Balochistan, in the same breath. This is the first time an Indian Prime Minister has done. And this sends out a very, very strong message that, so far we have not talked about what was happening in their but everybody knows in Balochistan as well as in Pak-occupied areas where the army is in full strength. There have been several brutalities. In fact, in Balochistan, they have used even air power against their so-called Baluchi rebels.
And street protests have become a daily occurrence.
And daily affair. Even in POK, we have seen this happening. And today's Prime Minister's statement has come after the remarks he made in
the all-party meet,
where he said it's time that we highlight it, because every time, here in Kashmir you find acts of terrorism and you glorify people who fall to security forces action, call them martyrs. But in your own backyard, where you are ruling with the thumb of strong military power, particularly in POK, and as well as in Balochistan. I mean,
Mr. Iyer, when this was raised in 2009 during the Sharm el-Sheikh summit, the reference to Balochistan was criticized in India, and it was seen and described as a sellout because of the context in which Balochistan was referred in the Sharm el-Sheikh joint statement. How do you see the maximalist position that India has chosen to take now on Balochistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir?
See, in 2009, at Sharm el-Sheikh, where I was there, where the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and Gilani, Prime Minister of Pakistan, they had discussed the fallout of the Mumbai attacks. When Manmohan Singh raised the issue of Mumbai attacks and bringing the perpetrators to book, Prime Minister Gilani of Pakistan had said that we have information about the unrest in Balochistan. See, that statement did not talk about any Indian role. It talked about sharing intelligence and information. Subsequently, when Gilani returned to Islamabad, he made a huge allegation at a press conference that India is aiding the rebels. And that created a hue and cry, because that document, the joint statement, was seen as huge compromise, as if this was legitimizing the allegations of Pakistan. But the reality that we see today in Balochistan in particular, and what is happening in Pak-occupied Kashmir, is there is absolute brutal force. You are talking about freedom, you are talking about aspirations of people here, whereas what is happening, what are you doing to your own people whom you have got them by force?
Should India then continue to name and shame Pakistan?
I think Prime Minister
at all fora?
No, the Prime Minister's reference today is not some kind of I would take it a very serious view, because if the Prime Minister has chosen to speak about this from Red Fort, definitely India is sending out a clear message and signal. Look, this thing that you are doing in Kashmir, where innocents are dying, and his reference to that Peshawar.
Is it a game changer in the discourse?
No, it's not only a game changer. This is going to be a deciding moment, in the sense, if you talk of terrorism, when that school was attacked and so many children were killed, I mean, both the reaction of the government of India as well as the people of India. We felt so sad that these children are being brutally killed by these terrorists who are
and
using
the Prime Minister
religion.
drew out that distinction very clearly today, but Shekhar Ayyar, I request you to stay on because we have to discuss various aspects of the Prime Minister's Independence Day speech today. We'll soon do a short break, but do remember that you can watch a comprehensive discussion on India's Balochistan move at 10 p.m. tonight on DD News. We'll take a break at this point in time and be back with lots more.
पंजाब नेशनल बैंक की ओर से आप सभी को भारत